Hi folks, Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. People like that, I have no idea why. So anyway, we're coming here with a new post that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be comparing two powerhouses, two mother of all phones, to end all mother of phones, and I just broke one. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to be, hang on. So anyway, what we're going to be doing, we'll just leave this in. What we're going to be doing is comparing the newly scratched fuck this shit. Fuck it. Do it live. We're going to be comparing the amzn.to HTC One camera against the amzn.to iPhone 5 camera. We're going to put these two little babies head to head, even though this was now scratch damage and probably broken for me dropping it. It's all your fault for watching this video and making me drop it. We're going to put these two head to head. Look, they even have similar aluminum steel backs. Pretty cool, huh? So we're going to see which one of these has a better camera, and we're going to find out right now. And you better keep watching, because I just scratched this phone probably, well, it looks like it survived, all for you. So be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, tell your friends, relatives, neighbors to come watch us on the Chris Voss Show. Now, without further ado, we bring you the next program. Okay, so let's take a look at the difference between these two cameras and how they operate. Now, the HTC One comes with basically the Android sort of basis where you can customize a lot of the features, ISO, white balance, etc., etc. With the iPhone 5, it's a very simple camera where you don't have to do a lot of thinking or details into the options. You can just shoot and go, and it will take great pictures in on its own. So let's take a look at some of the differences between the two. Now, with the HTC One, you've got one feature that's really cool. Both have zoomable photos, I should say, but you have the ability to put like scenario colors and different things into the pre-shot, so you can see how they'll come out. So you can basically pre-filter, if you will, your photos before you actually shoot them. Many people like this customization feature that you can do with the HTC One. And you can very easily turn on and off your flash up here. You can see the zoom button, of course. There's a thing that they have called Zoe. Zoe's kind of an interesting thing that, to me, is kind of gimmicky. Some people do like it. It's a thing where you can take photos and make it into a video, and it kind of keeps track of photos in a series sort of thing. I just don't really use it. I don't think it's all that really exciting. Some people do, and if they do, well, then good for them. On the camera options area, you can see here there's a lot of different things we can do with the menu. You can change photo caption areas where you can go scene, normal, portrait, landscape, or backlight in this case. There's several other different things that we can go into. Sweet panorama. There's a scene here for video capture modes that you can go into, where you can go fast HD, video HDR, slow motion. You can see here there's also self-timers, cropping, video quality you can change, review duration you can change, image adjustments you can change, ISO, where you can change that just like you would a camera, white balance, continuous shooting, you can change different camera options, face detection, auto smile capture, geotag photos, shutter option, you can choose between touch to capture, shutter sound, lock focus in video, grid, auto upload, etc., etc. And let's see here, shutter option, you can lock focus on a video. I think we covered that. That's pretty much it. You've got reset to default. So a whole lot of different options you can take and do with the HTC One. Very customizable, very friendly when it comes to different things you can do to help you get the best picture in the best circumstances. You, of course, easily choose by pressing these buttons between video and taking photos. Now, with the iPhone 5, it's much more simple in its format. It's kind of designed to be that way for ease of use, and it does take great photos and video. Up here you have a thing where you can turn on and off your flash and your lamp and all that good stuff. Up here you also have options where you can choose between grid, HDR, and panorama. You can switch between the front and back here. And then, of course, you have a little button here where you can switch between video and just taking pictures in themselves. That's pretty much it. There is a post-edit feature where after you take a picture, you can kind of crop it. You can do some brightness display that's automatically done, a little bit of editing. But other than that, it's very simple and easy to use. Many people enjoy this feature about the iPhone 5. So it's really up to you to decide which one might work best for you. Let's take a look at what the photos look like on both these devices. Okay, so let's take a look at the photos on both these devices. Now, the HTC One has got a 4-megapixel camera where it basically has ultra pixels to it, that it calls it ultra pixels, which are supposed to be larger and better, but I guess we'll see. The iPhone 5, of course, has a 8-megapixel camera. So what we're looking for here is, this is a completely dark shot situation where we're taking a photo in a complete dark room with no light in it, and we're expecting the flash to light up and the camera to focus. This is on the iPhone 5, and it does a really great job at blowing out the room and focusing and getting a lot of the details that you want to take and get from this. Now let's take a look at the HTC One, and I think this is one area that we get concerned about. You can see here the HTC One really struggled to take a dark photo in the complete darkness and be able to get focused. Just really had a hard time with it. Not very impressive. Now I know it's a low light camera, which is great for low light, but if you're shooting outdoors at night at a club or party, this probably isn't going to work very well for you. So kind of the iPhone, I believe, definitely wins this one when it comes down to it. So let's take a look at the colors here. We've got a red, white, and blue bottle here. You can see the difference. I really like the colors and looks on the HTC One, and we'll flip back over to the iPhone 5. Fairly good colors over here too. It's really hard to tell too much of a difference between these two. We'll give it some more look-see over. They're pretty nominal. I think it's hard to really determine which one might be the better one here. Let's go to another look and see what that is. Now here we can see the iPhone 5. We can see some details on this ping pong table that we have out back, and you can see the color scheme that we have here. Fairly good color scheme and fairly good photo. Here you can see the HTC One, and the colors are much more richer, at least in my mind. If you really take a look at the two of these, the colors in the HTC One are much more richer, and kind of what they talk about with the ultra pixels. You can definitely see the defined lines here very well. The colors are very rich. You can see the pattern on the ping pong table also, and the dirt very well. Whereas with the iPhone 5, a lot more light that's in this camera shot, which is probably what contributes to the loss of colors that you have here. I can see a lot more detail at the table, but it looks like the HTC One wins this particular battle on this close-up shot. Let's take a look at some other photos that we had. This is kind of a neighborhood shot, if you will, of my neighborhood. They're not quite taken at the same angles, as you can tell. Here's the HTC One, and then here's the iPhone. Here's the HTC One, here's the iPhone. And I think the HTC One has the much better shot, really. If you see it, there's not much detail we're going to pick up here, but I definitely like the picture much better on the iPhone. Or, I'm sorry, on the HTC One. I like the picture much better. I can see the plate, just a little bit more detail that sits out front for the address. I can see the plants. The colors are much more brighter and richer. So I think the HTC One wins this. So it looks like the HTC One pretty much wins for the most part in lighted situations. Does not do well in dark situations in this case. Okay, so let's take a look at both of these cameras, and what we're going to be doing is looking at the complete dark shot where we're in the complete darkness and we're activating the video and lamp to light it up and seeing what good results we get. So here, let's start with the HTC. We're going to light this baby up and get it going, and then we're going to see what the videos. We have to get it focused. There we go. And it finds its focus fairly well and holds it. I can almost read the dials on the thing. Looks like it comes through very clear on the images that it holds. Once it finds its focus, we had to push the focus button to get it to focus, and finds it fairly well. So I think it does a good job on the HTC. Now let's take a look at the iPhone 5 and how it performed in the same setting. You can see here a lot more noise in the picture, and not as much detail that you can really see. The lamp isn't quite as good as the HTC One, and yeah, with the iPhone, just not quite as good, especially on the detail and everything else. I think it was much better on the HTC One, to be quite honest with you. Maybe you can help me decide once it comes into focus here. Boom. There you go. I think it's a much better picture on the HTC One when it comes to this blackout light sort of thing. Here we have another 1080p video. This is done in my neighborhood by the HTC One. We'll pan around here. You can see it's got pretty good detail on it. You can see the sprinklers going over there. Fairly good on the look of the colors that are on the box there. This is one of the great reasons that we use this box, is to see what the colors are going to take and be and how they're going to come out. Now let's take a look at the iPhone 5 and see how the iPhone 5 played out in its setup and what it did. Let's go to that now. So we're going to go ahead and flip to the beginning. I think the color is a little bit more richer. I think it was much better on the HTC One. If you're looking at the same pictures I am, and we should come down here right to the box, and we'll see how it can. You can see a little bit of scraping detail that's on the box, and once again, you can kind of see the colors are blending together. Let's take a look at the other picture and see what the difference was. You can see here there's some scraping on the box. Much richer colors. They do tend to blend together, but I think the colors are much better on the... you can see some separation here of the colors. Let's take another look at this. Looks like this does blend more together on the HTC One, but the colors I think are much better, much more richer and clearer on the HTC One over the iPhone 5. But definitely you can see some of the details of the lines on the iPhone 5 as compared to the HTC One. Hopefully we got that all straight as I described this. So I'll let you decide which is better on video and which does the better job between these two cameras. Obviously in low light or dark situations where the flash is required, the flash is better. Okay, so all in all, we've liked both these devices. You can get both of them from amzn.to. That's amzn.to. Thanks to them for sharing the phones with us so we can bring you these great reviews. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, and be sure to tell a friend. Help share us so that we can keep bringing you all these great videos. We get all the great tech gadgets and phones from all the great makers out there, and we want to keep bringing them to you. So please give us a like and support us if you would. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to check back in often, and also our YouTube channel. You can search for all the other reviews we've done of these wonderful phones, and we'll keep doing. Thanks for coming by.